Continuing with question 21. 500 students were asked whether they prefer apple juice or OJ. The table shown displays the results. So there you have it. All we have to do is now add by row, by column, and in total. So if I add 30 plus 100 along the first row, I'm going to get 130. 210 and 160 is 370. Big numbers there. And 210 and 30 is 240 on apple juice, and on orange juice is 260, my total. And whichever way I go, if I add 240 and 260, I get 500. And if I add 130 and 370, I get 500 as well. So the question is, how many more girls were surveyed than boys? So where's my girls total? Across 370 girls versus 130 boys. So how many more were there? 240. Simple, no? 240 more girls than boys, because it's 370 versus 130. Okay, here, if you look at the graphs, you know that the higher the line, the steeper it is. So take a minute and pause the video if you need to compare each segment. So they're asking whether Mary or Kim over here, let me do my spotlight, who rode her bike fastest in interval A as compared to the rest of her ride. So only looking at the chart, which had the sharpest line at A, and it was Kim. We can see that that's the sharpest line. Obviously, Mary has B as the sharpest line, so it's Kim. Stop for an interval of time, Kim also, because we have a flat line, a slope of 0, a horizontal line. Time was passing, but the distance was the same. What does that mean? No distance, she wasn't moving, only time was moving. So Kim. Who rode slower in C than in B? That was Mary, slower in C. And who lives 0.7 miles? Let me see. That's Mary is a 0.7 and Kim is a 0.7. So the two of them. Okay. Remember, two parallel lines called by a transversal. All the acute angles are the same. So let's see. All right. So this is 48 acute. So this is another acute. That's 48. Corresponding, that's vertical angles. And then these two blue lines are corresponding. So that's 48. So I need to find B. I already know this is 48. 48 is not working. Let me see if this side of the board is working. So I have a 90-degree there. 48, we just found out. And I'm looking for B. So 90 plus 48 is 138. We take that from 180. because 3 angles in a triangle give 180. And so 42, I believe. Angle B is 42. So 42 plus 48 is 90, plus 90 is 180, needing to double check. So the answer is 42. Okay. Let's read what it says. 2 liters of water every 2.5 minutes. So water is here. That's 2 liters every 2.5 minutes. So let me plot a point that connects those two values right there. All right. And then it says, use the add arrow tool to create a graph that models the situation for the first 5 minutes. So going for another 2.5 minutes takes me to 5. That means I need to go up another 2 liters. So that takes me right there. 4 over 5. Let me use the tools they asked me to use. So I'm gonna add a point, 0, 0. I'm gonna add a line or arrow. Okay, and drag the symbols. So this is not a mixed number. Is it a positive or negative slope? So you see how I clicked and dragged the plus sign? We obviously see it's a positive slope. What is the height or the rise from 0 to 4? That's gonna be 4. And what is the change in x? We start at 0, we end up at 5. So that's 5. That's really all there is to it. My slope is 4 over 5. Okay, so to find the distance, remember, let's write the points as if it was a table, or if you want to make a table. 3 and 5, -1, and 3. Let's actually make it a table. So what is the pattern here? That's a decrease of 2. And from 3 to -1 is a decrease of 4. Now remember, when we write -2 over -4, the negatives will cancel because negative divided by a negative is a positive. So this is 2 over 4. That is good because then I have, remember, to find distance, we need a hypotenuse. So let me just draw. I don't have a coordinate plane, so let me just draw 2 and 4. Besides, distance is always positive, so that's nice. What is it going to be? The distance between the 2 points. In other words, the length of the hypotenuse. C squared is equal to 2 squared plus 4 squared. C squared is equal to 4 and 16 is 20. So the square root of 20. Let me see if I can just type that, because that would be a properly correct answer. The square root of 20 is exactly the distance. So, okay. There you have it. Clearing all drawings. Moving to the next question. Okay, this is easy. Which line passes through the middle of all the points and is going in the same direction as all the points? It's obvious that the choices are between C and D. Just if you pay a little attention, notice how this line begins under the points and ends up on top. So it's a little bit under and then it's some top. Well, this one in C really does go through the middle. So this is a little crooked. The points are going this way and my line is going that way. This one is right with the point. So the answer is C. A square is cut in half. And each half is 0.32 square units. Remember, to get the side from the area, we need the square root. So each triangle is 0.32. The square itself, the two triangles together, should be 0.64. How do I find the length of a side? Taking the square root, calculator. No need to sweat. And so here we're gonna have the square root of 0.64. 0.8, right here is the answer. And that's what I write here, 0.8, done. Okay, hang in there because we're almost done. Kaden creates a linear function with x, y, m, and b. We know what that is. It's y equals mx plus b. All right, and what does that mean? The line could be positive or negative, so it could be increasing, it could be decreasing. It does not go through the origin because we have a y-intercept. So if it was just mx, yes, but y equals mx plus b means that when x is 0, y is b, is not 0, so not the origin. And so it has to be, the graph has a constant rate of change. We saw that before in the past. So remember, plus b means that if we have the origin right here, assuming that b is positive, the line crosses b, the y-axis. B is the point where it crosses the y-axis, and it's not 0, 0. Okay. Again, what is the difference between 110 and 145? That's 35. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So it's 35 over 1. So great. So now we're gonna say C is equal to 35H, $35 an hour, plus whatever the one-time fee was. C is equal to, let's use 2, and we need to get 110. So 35, the value of H is 2, plus B, C equals 35 times 2 is 70. 70 plus B. B is the difference between 110 and 70. So B is equal to 110 minus 70. So B is 40. There you have it. So I am going to type here the whole equation. C equals 35H plus, where's the plus sign? Right there, 40. Let me make a mental calculation. 35 times 3 is 105, so to 145 is 40. That is correct. Oh, okay. The one-time fee is represented by the initial value. They usually charge you upfront of the function, and is 40. The hourly change is the change. Change is change. and the function and is the slope, $35 per hour. Okay, great. I'm glad I saw the bottom. Have to look always. Okay, hang on real tight because this is at the end. So we have a table like we did before. If we add 30 and 75, we get 105 and so on. Let's see, the manager wants to increase sales. So she is deciding whether to offer mint or strawberry ice cream. So 86 people like mint and 89 people do not like mint. So how many people like strawberry? 105. Do not like strawberry? 70. So the manager should offer, pardon me, strawberry, I'm gonna say, because, oh, we need to find the percentage. Of the customers surveyed like mint and so many percent of the customers like strawberry. So, okay, so the total customers is 175. So we need to divide to find the percent, remember? Percent is to 100, as is to of. In other words, okay, so I have to do 105 divided by 175. That's the strawberry, or S. And then mint is 86. They like mint. 86 people like mint. Out of all customers, 175. So let me do that quickly with a calculator. No need to suffer and simplify the fractions. When we have a calculator, let's use it. Okay, so 105 divided by 175. So divided by 175, I wasn't liking the answer it gave me. 60%. Okay. Oh, mint is first. So this is 60%. Okay. And then mint is going to have to be 86 divided by 175. Obviously a number. Oh, let me clear all this. So 86 divided by 175. 49%. Save something close to 50 there. 49% indeed. Okay, so that's how you set it up. That's how you calculate it. Let me move this to some side. We don't need a calculator actually. So that you have it, you have the divisions, you have the total over big total over the 175. That's all your customers. And that's it. Let me clear now and move on to the last question. I repeat, last question coming up. You've been a trooper. Okay, a water container is a cone. Enter an equation. The formula is radius squared times height times pi divided by 3. So let me write that. So sometimes we write it like this. Pi, remember the order of operations when multiplying is not important. Because 4 times 3 is the same as 3 times 4. Okay, so pi r squared height divided by 3. Let me calculate the the radius by dividing the diameter by 2, and I get 1.75. Immediately, I'm going to square that. Now, let me clear it, just in case. 1.75. Let me square it. Let me multiply it times the height of 5. Times pi divided by 3, because it's a cone. 16. 16.03. Approximately, so we can round. So how do we write the formula? Volume is equal to, I think pi is going to be hidden here. Let me see what I can do. Pi. I just need to write the formula. Pi times the radius square. We don't have that. We don't have an R. I wish. So I'm going to say times 1.75 times 1.75. So that's pi times the radius square times the height 5 divided by 3. And that's all she wrote. Thank you for staying with me the whole time. I wanted to see if there was a way to submit that. If I go to the next question, as you can see, that's the end. Okay, enough is enough. Thank you so very much.